it's Mark Carlson here. So this week's video, are we brainwashed? How brainwashed are we? And what can we do about it if we are? So let's have a look. When we're born into a tribal system. Each and every one of us are born into a tribe. So the tribe trains us to be accepted by the tribe. And it's passed on from generation to generation. We don't even know it's going on. But we train our children for 7 years. It takes about 7 years for the full brainwash to come in. So from 0 to 7, the child is brainwashed to be accepted by the tribe. And it's a very important thing. We need to be accepted by the tribe. Because if we're not, that's the end of life. If the tribe doesn't accept us, there's nowhere we can go within the tribe. And so our parents train us to be accepted by the tribe. We learn exactly how to do it. And we're brainwashed here. We are literally brainwashed, but we're also feeling washed, if there's such a thing. Because we feel our way around life and we find out what's acceptable and what's not acceptable. So that brainwash is really deep inside of us. And because it's so deep, we essentially lose a lot of who we are, our authenticness. That's why we love babies so much. It's not the only reason, but that's why babies are so gorgeous, because they're so close to love still. They're so close to the unconditional place of love where we all come from. And then we condition them out of that. It's madness, really. But anyway, we should be learning from them more than us teaching them. But anyway, and then we go to school and we get the brainwash from the school, and we're brainwashed to believe, to be afraid of authority, to do what we're told. Look, there is a lot of greatness around that, but there's also a lot of limitation around it. And we're taught what the schooling system tells us is necessary, not what our heart tells us. So there's a brainwash in itself there. We're brainwashed by our particular family. We're brainwashed by the area that we're brought up in within the tribe, which has its own little tribe as well. And then, of course, nowadays, the screens, before it used to be the radio, a long time ago, before the 1960s, or 50s, it was the radio, then the screen, the TV, and now, of course, we carry these screens around us. And there's lots of screen gods on there telling us what to do and what life is. And, if they appear to be, if we've been brainwashed to believe what the screen says is what life is, right? We follow it wholeheartedly because there's an authoritative figure there who dresses smart and speaks articulately, and we wholeheartedly believe it. So, is that right or wrong? Well, you've got to find that out for yourself. And if you just continue to follow the brainwash without doing any self-discovery, then you'll never know, right? So to come from the brainwash and find out what you've learned in the brainwash, whether that's it authentically right for you, you've got to find a way to come out of the brainwash. Otherwise, you'll never know if the brainwash is good for you, right? You just won't know because you'll continually be brainwashed. And when a person is so brainwashed like that, they don't know they're brainwashed. That's the problem. There's no idea. They have no idea that they're brainwashed. They're just following life because that's what they've been told it is. That's what they've programmed themselves to believe life is. And so it's the work of self-discovery, or the spiritual journey, that awakens us from the brainwash. And so how do we do that? Well, look, you've got to remember that when you put your attention into your thinking, you're following the brainwash. Now, how long is that? How often do I do that? From the moment you wake up till the moment you go to sleep. Well, it wouldn't be a moment like that. You go to sleep till the moment you go to sleep. For most people, their attention is in their thinking about life, which is an illusion, really, because life is only happening now. I know, cliched, but it's only actually happening now. So if I keep following what I think life is, which is what my brainwash has told me life is, I'll continue to do what the brainwash tells me I need to do. And I need to find out whether the brainwash is right for me or not. And I can't do that if I don't discover myself. So what I've got to learn to do is to pull my attention from where the brainwash is, which is up here, the illusionary thoughts about life, They're illusionary because they're not based in reality. Reality is happening now. I can't deny this reality I'm in. It's impossible. So here it is. It's showing me the real truth because I'm sat in it. This will tell me whatever the brainwash tells me. And if I follow it, then whatever it tells me will occur for me because I'm basically visualizing it to be true, and I'll create that through the process of manifestation, which is a different video. But trust me when I say whatever you're thinking regularly enough here will become reality for you because that's what you think reality is. So I've got to learn to come off the brainwash and find myself here. And so that's the only other place I can be with my attention. I can only ever have my attention in my thoughts about life, which is the brainwash, or in life. Now, because we've been trained to look at the brainwash our entire life, it's not easy at first to come off it and pull down because there's a lot of energy in the brainwash that keeps pulling your attention up into it. Oh, look at that drama. Dramas everywhere, dramas. And we go up and we follow it. So it takes practice to come off it, but 1,000 times a day, come back to the moment. Now, it's easy to say come back 1,000 times. It's not easy to do because how can you remember to come back if you're in the brainwash? Now, that's the difficult part. So that's why starting and continuing for the rest of your life a meditation practice every day is so powerfully important for you, because what it does is it pulls you from the brainwash. It pulls you out of the brainwash into the moment where you see not only what's actually happening here right now, but you also start to hear what's happening and feel what's happening here within you. You'll start to discover who you are above the brainwash. So I'll never be able to not be English. So I'm always going to be English. So that brainwash is within me, but I can be aware of myself as being affected by the tribe. And as the more aware of me that I become, the more I get to see what parts of the tribal conditioning are not relevant to me. The more I can wake up to that aspect of life and discover me. And of course, when I discover me, I find out what has heart for me, what is lovely for me. And when I find out what's real and lovely for me, I move into a more abundant existence because I'm in integrity with myself. I'm not just following the brainwash and doing what I think I should do, right? Which is what the majority of people unfortunately do, because this path is the road less traveled. But it's a path that's becoming more interesting to more people because of the time we're living in. More people are waking up to life. They're waking up to where they were dead. They're waking up to that. And that's essentially what we need to do. We all need to do it. We need to wake up and find out, is that brainwash that I've been following real? Is it real for me? And is it real should I follow it? Whatever that is, in whichever area. But you must discover yourself, and you do it through meditation. Now, here's the thing. As you practice meditation daily, and your awakening happens, the times you'll remember to wake up during the day get stronger. When I say wake up, I mean realize yourself in the moment. Those times become more frequent during the day because you're developing the observer muscle, the muscle that is able to observe self in the moment, rather than just blindly look into the illusion. You're then observing, you're able to observe yourself in each moment. And that, the more that happens, the more you awaken to your authentic, loving self. Now, it doesn't happen overnight, but is it worth doing? Absolutely. It's the reason we're here. We need to wake up to love together and come together to dissolve the separation that we're currently experiencing, that we've always experienced, the huge separation that we've always been experiencing. Now, all that separation, a lot of it's been lodged in the unconscious, but it's coming up to the conscious part of reality. Like, never have we seen so much separation. So if you keep following this separation, you just keep getting more of it, and it doesn't work. It doesn't work because a divided nation, divided groups don't work. They can't come together with love. So the work of a loving being is to drop the walls of separation within self first. See, I can't drop the walls of separation outside of me if I don't drop them within me. And they are within me, otherwise they wouldn't be without me, right? So that's another story. But the thing is, we have to wake up to ourself as love. We have to wake up from the programming, and we do it by observing ourselves in the moment as often as we can. Now, I recommend a meditation practice. If you haven't started meditation, if you've never done it, or if you're a beginner, or you've done it a long time ago but you need to start again, make it easy. The most important part about meditation to start with is grabbing yourself and getting your ass there. That's the most important part. So make it 5 minutes a day. 5 minutes where you're focusing on being present. Now, if you can get a few seconds in the beginning, that's great, because the brainwash will pull you up into it. At the end of the 5 minutes, well done, mate. Well done. We'll do it again tomorrow. Don't give up because you couldn't stay there for long. 5 minutes isn't long to start with. Do it for a week and then put it up to 6 minutes. Do it for another week. If going up to 7 minutes is too much, then do it for another week until you feel like, yeah, I can do 7 minutes now. And you keep doing that until you get to 30 minutes and more, because that's when you really get the great benefits of meditation. You really start to understand yourself and really want to do it. You won't want to miss it. But to start with, you've got to create the habit, right? That's very important, because it's imperative that we move above the brainwash and find ourselves as love. Have an absolutely fantastic day today when you watch this, and I look forward to talking to you again next time. Thank you so much.